Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we will be doing a quick sketch of a football player in action, so hence it's also a body that is holding an object while running with it. So to do this we're going to knot the circle. We'll first put in an arc just like that, and then a line across, ball right there, another ball more or less of the same size, but this one is a little closer to this middle line than this one. This one is a little farther apart. And then we go arc and a circle again, or a ball, arc, another circle, and then right here we'll put in another circle for the lower part of the body, and then arc, circle, and arc, like that. And then over here, arc, like that, circle, arc, just that much, and circle right here. As you can see already that this is looking like a human being. So those are the arms, the torso, the legs, and that there, that oval that I had put in will be the head. So we are going to get started. It's only a sketch, so we are not talking precision here, or we are not talking ultra detailed artwork. But what we are talking about is putting down the basic sketch, which is the outline for a football player. So on this hand, essentially we are showing that he is holding that ball, or the football. Never could understand why it is called a football, but that is what we have. So he has gloved hands, and the fingers can go around like this because we are showing that he has them around that football, and that could be, just put in an oval first, and we could just put in that football somewhere here. Now this is very generic. If I went into ultra, and that's the thumb right there showing just behind the flesh of the hand. If I had more details in, I would have showed it more tucked around the torso, but this is a generic thing, and then you could play around with different things there and different poses. And we are putting in an elbow pad right there, we're putting in a quick elbow pad here, and there's some foreshortening right here because we are showing him in that action pose, so we are covering a bit of foreshortening as well. So right there is the thumb, and right there is the remainder of the heavy gloved hand. It could be smaller, but again we are just doing basic sketch here, and we want to get this done in a few minutes. So here we go. Now over here I would first put in lightly his head, and now around that you could construct the helmet, which will be bigger than the head, of your choice of how you want it to be, what the design is. Now the way to do that is, if you are if you want some character in here, you will first put in the eyes, you'll put in the nose, you'll put in the mouth, and we have done a very generic nose, mouth, and eyes there. And then you will put the remainder of that fence on, and then that way you won't have to work through the fence to get those important details in. So you have to, of course, Google different images and find out what kind of helmet, what design, and even what pose you would like to have fun with. So, but again, this is fairly generic. And now from this point on, you could show him in two different ways. That there is the bottom. Now you could either show this leg, the left leg, in the front, or you would show the other one. Characteristically, it would be better if we show this leg. It makes for a more dynamic running pose. The thickness of it, it will all depend on what you're googling and what you're putting in. And of course, there's the football threads and probably some pullovers right there to show a bulging padded knee right there. There's the fabric separation, and then behind him you could show the other leg, and of course the other foot will be going there. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, a quick study in putting down a football player's sketch. So to just go over a few things again, we put in the circles, the arcs, circles on the knees and the elbows. We did a little foreshortening here, and there we have it. We have ourselves a generic football player in action. I would request you to please Google lots of images, and it is a very fun and very action-filled genre to work with and to practice with. It can also give you some dynamic ideas in posing if you see these gentlemen in action. But that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Please do hit subscribe, keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.